I want to plant some pumpkin seeds and squash seeds for my garden. I don't want to pay somebody for their plants. I want to grow my own, and it's probably about 6 weeks now before I can actually plant in the garden. So I'm going to make my own seed beds in here. We can leave them outside on the sunny front porch and bring them in on cold nights. I want these very easy so my wife can do that without any effort whatsoever. The seeds for squash and pumpkin are large. I'm going to fill this tray with dirt and I'm going to plant the seeds. Nothing to it. So I've got 36 plants here, or 36 seeds. I will just push them in the ground, cover them up. Push them in the ground, cover them up. Put them about a ½ inch deep in here. Now my idea is when the plants come up, I'm going to start root pruning, make little squares here with a knife so that when it comes time to actually take them out, they'll come out easily. So, Ginger will be very happy to get these. She's already got the tomatoes set up. We're putting screens on top of the tomatoes to keep you-know-who out. You-know-who, of course, are squirrels. We don't want them digging in our plants. So these are the squash. Now I'm going to make another little container with the remainder of my dirt. I don't have much left for my pumpkins. Last year we had a bumper crop of pumpkins. They were volunteers, so the very first plants that came up in my garden last year were volunteer pumpkins. And we learned that we could eat pumpkin greens and enjoyed that in the summer. And then in about June or July, we started harvesting pumpkins, and they were great. And we found that we could take them off the vine green and they would ripen themselves. We just love pumpkins. They're a lot of fun. So here's some dirt I'd got out of the garden, or on another side of my yard. And I'm going to put the good potting soil on top. Pumpkins are not going to be fussy. I'm just going to put them in the ground. They will do great. If they came up as volunteers, I'm sure they'll love this kind of treatment. I really had not planned on putting a hole in here, but I happened to put my shovel in the pot too heavily, and I punctured the bottom. So this should drain if it needs to. So with this, all I got to do now is just plant the pumpkins. Ginger had to look for these. They got lost in the freezer. We almost panicked. We call these our heirloom pumpkins. And we're always going to have these pumpkins every year. That's going to be a tradition. And never will we ever have to pay for pumpkin seeds or pumpkin plants. And we'll always have great ones. I can save some of the seeds to plant further on in the year directly into the garden, and hopefully we'll have some very fine pumpkins come due around the end of September for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. They are great keepers. I'm just going to spread the seed on top of the ground. I'll show you where they're all going, and then I'll punch them in with my finger. There are 11 seed in here, and 11 pumpkin plants will give us a lot of pumpkins this year. And we were so concerned last year about the amount of sunlight we get. This year we're not going to be so concerned, and we will plant these outside the garden where they can just roam on their own. There we go, pumpkins and squash. Thanks for watching.